What we have here is a 3,000-year-old artifact, made with great precision. But what makes it special? When you see something that doesn't fit your preconceptions, which you held on to most of your life, it sparks your curiosity or even fascination. I have recently came across such an out-of-place artifact, and I became fascinated by it. Why is it out of place? It is a sophisticated bronze artifact coming from the beginning of Iron Age. Yes, you heard it right. A Bronze Age object dating to early Iron Age. It is a dagger. Dagger made in Babylon. It is dated to the times of change, 12th century BC, shortly after the famous Bronze Age collapse, brought about by a sequence of environmental disasters, which triggered a wave of mass migrations, referred to as the invasion of sea peoples. This ancient object is coming from the times when steel and steel tools were not yet known. Iron weapons and iron tools came on the stage. It was a time when people had not achieved a level of metalworking precision available in the current-day precision machining. This is not just a bronze weapon. It's a message from Babylon, a whisper from the past. A bronze rapier-style dagger crafted over 3,000 years ago during the times of great changes, when the Bronze Age was about to finally give way to the Iron Age, and when Babylonian kings like Nebuchadnezzar I ruled over vast empires. So what does it whisper? What's its message? Let's explore together. Measuring 34.4 centimeters, which is 13.5 inches, this artifact is more than a tool of war. It's a masterpiece of lost craftsmanship and technological ingenuity. The ancient swordsmith managed to bring down the weight of this dagger to incredible 156 grams, which is 5 ounces, without sacrificing its strength or durability. That is significantly lighter than most of your kitchen knives. And with its lightweight, elegant design, after 3,000 years, this blade is still sharp enough to cut a paper sheet and has not lost its function in spite of the missing handle inlays. Why was a bronze weapon produced with great care in times when supposedly better iron tools could be made? It appears that elaborate bronze artifacts were made even long after the end of Bronze Age, albeit in small numbers because of limited supply of tin after the collapse of international trade routes. Tin is necessary to produce bronze along with copper. Bronze weapon was still perceived as an attribute of high status. Why is it so interesting? Because even modern bronze foundry specialists are struggling to cast a bronze blade of such intricate design, with such thin perpendicular walls of field guard. What you are seeing here is an extraordinary example of Bronze Age metallurgy. The blade and hilt were cast as one piece. A technique required both precision and advanced knowledge of materials. Bronze revolutionized the ancient world. It was harder and more durable than pure copper, making it ideal for weapons. Bronze is an alloy of copper and tin, and casting bronze requires the mold or form to be at least 3 to 4 millimeters thick to let the molten metal reach all its parts. Otherwise, the cast is just partial, incomplete, and can't be used. Modern technology foundries employ techniques like pressure-assisted casting or centrifugal casting. But even with these improvements, Unavailable to the ancient metal masters, it is not possible to cast such shapes of bronze. And yet, here it is. Elegant and precise, with the hewed guard walls measured by precision tools to be between 0.3 and 0.35 millimeters of thickness, even in the inner corners of the cast. That is less than 1/64th of an inch over most of the length of the hewed wall. Was it hammered, or grinded, or filed after casting? Or did the Babylonians possess a lost technology? We may never know. Forging is a common technique in iron tool making, but is rarely used in bronze making because it causes bronze to crack. Instead, bronze is sometimes hammered, which makes it hard and brittle, and this technique, called work hardening, was used to make the edges of weapon hold sharpness better. But it was rarely used to thin out the cast, as it would make it brittle and required constant annealing to restore malleability of the alloy. As for grinding, we need to remember that they lacked steel tools, and stone grinding would have to be done with incredible precision, as one error would ruin the whole object, which was made as a single cast. But the real challenge lies in making the box-like perpendicular walls of the hilt so thin. You see, there is no way to approach the inner cavity of the hilt with any rotary tool of the time. That flanked hilt and lappets hint at its original inlay. The weapon was prepared to house an ivory or bone insert or inlay, making holding the dagger more comfortable and increasing the beauty of the object. With white hilt insert and lustrous dark gold blade, it must have been stunning. A similar dagger has been published in the catalogue of Christie's auction house and has a cuneiform inscription reading, "Belonging to Marduk-nadin-Ache, King of Babylon, King of the Universe, King of Sumer and Akkad." We can be sure that this exact kind of weapon has been used by high-ranking military officials of Babylon at the time of its conflict with Assyria. A few of these daggers, which are in the Musée du Louvre, British Museums and Tehran Museum of Iran, are with inscriptions on the blades bearing the names of Babylonian kings of the 4th dynasty, as famous as Nebuchadnezzar I, Adad-apal-iddina and others, where they belonged to Babylonian soldiers holding fiefs in Luristan. Bronze Age weapons like this were not mere tools of destruction. They were pricey and highly valued, symbolized high status and power. This particular dagger might have belonged to a Babylonian soldier or noble, potentially one holding lands in the region of Luristan, a mysterious and artifact-rich area of ancient Persia, currently Iran. Unlike antiquities made of iron, bronze artifacts have a great deal of resilience in the battle against time and destructive forces of soil and salty water. The brown-red, olive green and malachite green patina tells the story of centuries spent buried in the earth. Patina, unlike rust on iron, forms a protective, mineral-rich coating on the surface of the artifact, preventing its decay and destruction. The types of patina tell a story about conditions in which the artifact spent the centuries or even millennia. For instance, dark green, almost black patina indicates the presence of sulfur in the environment, which might be due to an ongoing volcanic eruption in the vicinity. Light green or blue-green patina might form in the presence of chlorides coming from ocean water. Reddish-brown and dark brown patinas form in the presence of iron in the soil. The patina forms over hundreds or thousands of years, with some kinds of patina being formed with minerals like malachite. It is relatively easy to assess the authenticity of an ancient object under microscope by analyzing the patina formed. There is no way to successfully fake a 3,000-year-old patina, so we can be sure that this specific object is of true antiquity. This dagger bridges the gap between us and the world long gone. Its makers, warriors who carried it, and other owners are lost to history, but their skill, artistry, and ambition endure. This is not just a relic, it's a statement of humanity's endless pursuit of perfection, even in the tools of war. If you enjoyed this dive in the mysteries of the ancient world, subscribe for more artifacts and the stories they tell. What piece of history should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below.